Tennessee Tech game, it felt like everything was going right defensively. You guys just couldn't make a basket.
You
What
know,
lesson do you take from that?
well, I tell you, I don't know. We played well at Jacksonville, especially early, and then they made their run, which they're going to do. It's conference play that's going to happen. Then our team responded great once we got our five back on the court and had our regulars out there and. Really responded well down the stretch, made big defensive plays that led to transition baskets to give us a nice cushion at the end of the JSU game. And then you come into Tech, you're excited, you get a chance to get another road win, an opportunity to go 3-0 in the league. And, I didn't think our energy was poor at the beginning of the game. And I felt like we came out, we had a lead at the end of the first quarter. We settled for the three too much early. And then we adjusted and we started driving and attacking the basket, but we just couldn't finish a layup, couldn't make a shot from the perimeter, shot 31% from the field, and that affects how you're playing on the defensive end, whether we want it to or not. The reality is the players playing the game, missing layups, they're hanging their heads, and we've got to be tougher and find a way to bring that out in them as a coaching staff so that we can move past that, because you're not going to shoot it well every game. Hopefully we don't shoot it that poorly again, though.
That first half against Jacksonville State, is that, when you look at that, is that the best this team can play, what you've seen?
I hope it's not the best we can play, because hopefully we're playing our best when we get to March. But we played really well at the beginning. There's no question about it. We were really locked in defensively, and then we've got to figure out, though, was that because we were making shots at such a high rate? And if that is the case, then you have to change that mindset if you want to do what this team wants to do, which is compete for a championship. If you really want to be one of those teams competing for the title, then your mindset has to be we have to be locked in defensively, and our energy has to be on that end, and the offense will come.
Eastern Illinois seems like they're playing a little bit better this year than last year. What kind of matchups do you see in that game?
I tell you, right now they have 4 players averaging double figures. They're an outstanding offensive team with a great point guard. Grace Lennox is, her and Darby Maggard are probably the 2 best point guards in the league, and we just had a freshman point guard go for a triple-double against us. So our league has some pretty good point guards. But she does a phenomenal job running their team. She had 35 the other day on the road at Eastern Kentucky. You look at their games, they're in every game. They've led. They were beating Moorhead, who's undefeated in the league. They were beating Eastern Kentucky, who's undefeated in the league. They lost a tight game to Belmont, who's undefeated in the league. So they have those 3 losses, one of them in overtime, and they got a win over Jacksonville State. So we're going to have our hands full. They can shoot the 3. They're not a phenomenal team from an athletic standpoint. They don't have great athleticism. They're fundamentally sound, but they use every bit of athleticism they have. And I haven't even mentioned Erica Brown, who, she's a double-double machine at 6'1" with about a 6'3" wingspan, and can step out and shoot the ball from the perimeter and finishes around the basket and blocks shots. So we're going to have our hands full.
Do you feel like your defense is just kind of at the right place right now after forcing 22 turnovers against Tennessee Tech on the road?
No, because of the mistakes we made that led to some easy baskets for them. But we have to be able to fly around and scramble like we do, and then on those possessions where we don't have that opportunity, make sure we can be more solid. And that's where we did a good job at Jacksonville. For stretches in that game, we had to be solid because of how the game flow was going, and we did a pretty good job against Tech on Saturday. It was just, when we had to play in the half court, we gave up some easy opportunities. Weak side help not rotating fast enough, as fast as it had been, and that's back-to-back games on a long road trip. We have to learn how to handle that. And we didn't handle it as well as we should.